Welcome to The Back Cover, the podcast that explores the classic soul music of the 60s, 70s, and 80s. I'm Karen Williams. Join me and my co-host Steve Williams, no we're not related, as we flip over the album covers and share stories of the movers and shakers that created, wrote, and produced those iconic sounds. We'll educate and entertain you, all while keeping the music alive. The back cover is recorded from excerpts of our daily radio show, recorded at WLTH-AM in Gary, Indiana. After a brief hiatus, we're back for 2020. This year we kick it off talking about Sam Cooke, one of the very few African-American artists who own their own publishing. Sam was one of the most popular artists of the 60s. Then we spend some time talking to some of our favorite listeners and throw in some other information that you may not know about some trailblazers in African-American music.
He would do stuff that would just flip you out. Take a gospel song, make it an R&B song. Then take a song he'd already recorded one way and recorded it another way. That's Nothing Could Change the Love I Had for You. It's originally recorded as a ballad, slow. He did it doo-wop version, the same song. Oh, man.
Okay.
The man was just... And on Little Red Rooster, you ever heard of a guy that played organ by the name of Billy Preston?
Yes.
That was Billy Preston.
On the organ.
Billy came out of the Church of God in Christ.
Oh, yes, I know.
Sam brought everybody with him, man. Everybody ate.
That's good.
You're welcome, dear. She had to come down here and she came in the door
dancing and twirling. Talking about, playing Sam Cooke.
Y'all ain't heard this much Sam in a while, have you?
No, they ain't. They don't play this anymore on the radio.
Yes. I wonder why.
I don't know.
Yes, sir.
Huh?
And back then, if you didn't have no girlfriend,
yeah.
Boy, I'm going to tell you was sad. Boy, Mr. Williams, that sounds so good, man. Just do it again. Do it again. How you doing, Miss Williams?
I'm
if you
fine.
didn't have no girlfriend, no boyfriend back then, boy, you would just sit. You sit there on that chair, you let the hard bench, and you were just hoping somebody come and grab you.
I know how you feel, Moon.
Yes, yo, that sounds so good.
Because, you know, back in the day, they used to love to dance with me because I was fat and I could dance. But when the slow song came on, they wanted them old beige brothers that were tall and had pretty eyes. I never danced to a love song, Mom.
Gentlemen that called and wanted to know about Sam's children, and we were talking about Womack and Womack. Mm-hmm. That is Linda Cooke, who married Cecil Womack. Mm-hmm. And they had two really good albums. They did one in 1983, right, which was their top 40 song off their album Love Wars. And that song is Baby, I'm Scared of You. Baby, I'm scared of you. Yeah. And then they had another one back in I think they said 91, and they did another album. But then after that, they moved to South Africa.
She was tired of America, she said.
Yeah.
She was mad with the
music industry. Yeah.
And Alan Klein Sr., who did not try to share any of the royalties of her father's work with them.
Right. And so
Miss Williams, that was his daughter?
And Baby, I'm Scared of You.
Yeah, that's his oldest daughter.
Where's she at? Is she still in Africa?
They just said, well, her husband died. He died in 2013.
And that was Bobby Womack's
baby brother.
Yeah, Cecil.
And but they don't say if she moved back or not. In fact, they went to Africa and found out they did a DNA test and found out that they were part of the same tribe. And they named them, they changed their name. The tribe is the Zechariah's tribe. And they changed their name. She changed her name to Zaria, and he changed his name to Zecharias. And then they changed their children's names. And they just left the U.S. and they moved to South Africa. And they don't say if she moved back or not.
Wow. I mean, the stuff y'all been playing, man, it sounds so good on the radio, man. What y'all been doing, I mean, I'm going to tell you that Mr. Williams,
hey.
I was a showstopper. I burnt a hole in the rug every night. Mr. Williams.
That's when your parents had those songs on,
yeah,
and you had. See, I was the official DJ for the family when it came.
You know what? They should give me and my brother 50 cents just to dance.
See, that's what I'm talking about. And then my great grandmother said she would give me this big old grape crush and an orange crush. And them pops was tall, man.
Yeah.
I sit there and drop a 45 in a minute and burp.
Yeah, like the Mountain Dew, huh?
But she would never give me a Coca-Cola, man, because them things would almost strangle you to death. They were so
they
strong.
Strong, yeah.
And then put another record on. All her old girlfriends be sitting there. Some of them chewing tobacco, some of them smoking. Some of them drinking corn liquor. And she do what I tell you. And I'm looking at all these women and all these men. All of them old. But I was playing the jams, man. And my daddy would pimp me out. my old man pimped me out so much. And then he started pimping me out. All my aunts that got married, I would be the ring bearer. I ain't got paid for that yet. And I'll be telling my aunts, y'all got to pay me. I'm going to pay you.
Hey, Mr. Williams.
Huh?
Y'all got me laughing now.
Well, that's a good thing, Moon.
Hey, Mr. Williams, Miss Williams.
Hello.
How my good people doing?
Oh, we're doing good.
Yeah, we all right.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's good. That's good. I didn't know. I was always wondering, what happened to the Silvers. When I lived in California, Long Beach, Bobby DeBarge stayed across the street from me. Okay. And he had it going on. He had it going on every night.
That was one of the older brothers, too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Is he still living?
No, Bobby was the one that contracted AIDS.
Oh, yeah.
He was in the group Switch.
Yeah, I loved Switch.
Yeah.
But now, why did they call him Switch?
Why?
Because each member of the band could play at least 2 to 3 instruments. So what they would do during their show, they would switch instruments and still keep jamming.
Oh, wow.
Even the guitar players.
Wow.
And they could sing, too.
Yeah, they could sing. They could sing.
Wow.
I had their album, which, of course, was lost in the Great
Mr.
Flood.
Williams, let me ask you, whatever happened to Detroit
Emeralds?
Emerald.
I don't know. I don't know if they're still working or not. But some of those groups...
Is they still alive? Was that a group?
It was a group. It wasn't a guy.
The Detroit Emeralds?
The Detroit Emeralds.
Yeah.
They were on another record label along with the Originals and a few other groups.
Yeah.
And the Capitals as well.
And they made the song "Do Me Right."
Do me right, I'll do you no wrong.
Right.
Well, what happened was the Funk Brothers, the musicians of Motown, were moonlighting at every record company just about in Detroit because they weren't on contract with Motown, so they had to make extra money too. So when
they was from out of Detroit.
No, they were all from Detroit.
Oh, okay.
And what happened? Barry would hear their records and said they sound too much like our records. And when he found out that the Funk Brothers were moonlighting, he bought the company.
Wow.
So the company, it came with Detroit Emeralds, it came with the Originals, it came with the Capitals, and a few other artists that you thought were on Motown, but they weren't. So when Barry bought the company, he changed the label. He had to have what's called subsidiary labels. He changed, and he created the label called Soul, Purple and Gold. He had Gladys Knight on that label.
Let me throw one more at you. What about the Independents?
Independents were from Chicago, West Side.
Okay.
West Side.
Wasn't Jesse
Are
Jackson's
they still
brother
around?
in
No.
that?
Are they still living? Or
They all But
was that a group?
That's a group. All but one are still living, and they've gotten back together to perform.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
What group was Jesse Jackson's brother in? His half brother. Yes. Jesse Jackson's brother
was in a group.
I think it was the Independents.
Independent?
Chuck Jackson.
I don't know if his name was Chuck or not.
No. Chuck.
No.
Wait. Chuck Jackson married Natalie Cole.
No, I know that.
Okay.
But Jesse Jackson's half brother.
I'm telling you who he was. Yeah.
Okay. Why are you out here with me?
I had to call his name.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to fight with you today, woman. Moon?
Leave my girl alone.
Moon.
Yes, sir.
Come get her, Moon. It's Friday. I done my due this week.
Leave my girl alone.
Ain't fighting with you no more. I got to fight to prove my love.
Y'all gonna make me laugh.
You already laughing. I always got to fight with her every day.
No, you don't.
From 2 to 5. We need to stop calling it the ride that you drive on and call it the ride that you fight on.
All right.
Bye, Moon.
Bye-bye.
So he wanted to know about the Silvers. There were 10 Silvers.
Wow.
Only 9 of them performed.
Somebody was smart.
Right. Olympia, Leon, Charmaine, James, Edmund, Joseph, Angelia, Patricia, and Foster.
Oh, God.
Foster was no, he wasn't the youngest.
No.
The girl was the youngest.
Oh,
no,
boy.
take that back.
Ooh.
Yeah. Edmund is not the oldest. This is almost like the Jackson heritage. Listen to this real quick. Olympia was born in 51. Leon was born in 53. Charmaine was born in 54. James was born in 55. Edmund was born in 57. Joseph was born in 58. Angelia was born in 60. Patricia was born in 61. And Foster was born in 62.
Boy, they mama never saw her feet.
Never.
I didn't know that Brooks Ben wrote songs for Nat King Cole. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. He sure did.
Wow, man, I thought they was about the same age. As a matter of fact, I thought Nat King Cole might have been a little bit older than Brooks.
I thought so too, but they were really kind of close in age. And if you can listen to Nat's phrasing and then listen to Brooke Benton's phrasing, exact.
Yep.
Right on it, man. Right. And see, they were doing things back then that we weren't supposed to do. A black man writing a song for another black man to sing
on a TV show.
On a TV show to a white woman.
You better. Yeah. Now you take Nat King Cole. He went to Birmingham, Alabama one time to put on the show.
And they beat him off the stage.
Oh, you remember that, huh?
Come on, man.
That's history.
Oh, yeah, man.
They beat him off the stage.
Yeah, better believe that. No women went crazy over him. That's what the white women did.
And it drove them other... Hey.
They rolled him out of town.
I'm telling you, it's just like a preacher that can sing and look good.
Oh, yeah.
And preach.
Yep.
That's a dangerous thing.
Amen,
choir.
But I want to tell you something. That Brooke Benton had a voice. I know Brooke Benton was... I mean, I knew you probably was dead, but I got a friend that knew back in them days. He said Brooke Benton, when he got approved, he died a long time ago, you know?
Oh, yeah, Brooke's been gone a while. But here's a person you really didn't get a chance to absorb or observe. His name was Little Willie John. This brother was 5'2". But when he opened his mouth, he sounded like he was 6'8". Because he did a song that Patty Page took.
Right. Okay.
Peggy Lee.
Peggy Lee.
Yeah.
Oh, Peggy Lee, okay.
You remember the song Fever?
Yeah.
Now, if you want to see Lil Willie John, look at an early James Brown and Hank Ballard. They idolized this guy. He was from Detroit.
Oh, okay.
He was born in Arkansas, though. Lil Willie John he would fall down on his knees and the women would just fall out. Dresses be up over their head because they falling. Oh, God, Willie, oh, Jesus.
But you know what, man? You guys got it together. You know a lot. You got a lot of history. I mean, the stuff y'all talk. I said, how can somebody have this much knowledge in their heads, you know?
I was a lonely man.
Because he has a giant head. That's why.
Oh yeah. I listen to y'all all the time, but this show today, boy, blew my mind, man.
Brother, when you're growing up an only child and you're around people
who are older.
Old. You know how they used to say back in the day, a child was seen and not heard?
Right.
I kept my mouth closed and my mind
ears open. Yep, that's what you did.
And I respected them old folks, man. I listened, and I did exactly what they told me to do.
Right.
Now, I ain't no angel, but...
You guys are very intelligent. You're very smart. I listen to you. I said, boy, they got a lot of knowledge.
Well, we thank you. We thank you for listening, because there's many stations you could listen to, but we thank you for listening to this one, and I say thank you for both of us.
No, man, everybody on this, man, you know. I write the Tennessee Waltz and all that. Hey, man, I don't know, man. I'm an LA guy, man, so all this stuff come back to me, you know. All right, hey, man, I know you guys are busy, got other callers want to come in and all that, so I'm going to get off the phone, man. I'm going to say bye. Y'all take care now.
Okay, take care, my brother. Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going to test you on some things. Okay. Well, there's this guy who every year he decides he's going to do March Madness, but he's not going to use basketball teams. He takes like other things and does March Madness. But this time he decided to do music March Madness. He's got 4 categories of music. He said he had to boil them down there. He knows that these are not the only categories of music, but he had to condense them so it would work. So his categories are rock and roll, pop standards, country folk, and R&B/hip hop.
Oh, that's a terrible mixture.
Well, he said he realized that he couldn't get everything. Now, I know that you did country, because what were you, Sean McNamara?
No, Jimmy Cunningham.
I knew it was an Irish thing. Jimmy Cunningham.
Yeah.
So some of these people that they're pairing are country and western.
Okay.
Some of them are pop people, and so people have been voting on who made the best music. Say is the best music artist between Johnny Cash and Tim McGraw.
Johnny Cash?
Yes, Johnny Cash got 80% of the vote. Tim McGraw got 14%. Okay. Who would you say is the better music artist between Carole King and James Taylor?
Carole was well, both of them are prolific writers. I would say, I would probably say James Taylor.
Well, actually, it was split 50-50.
It's kind of hard. Yeah,
because they're both in the same genre. Yeah. They both work together. Yeah, they both sang each other's music, so it's kind of hard.
I even like James Taylor's version of How Sweet It Is. It's kind of
How Sweet.
Yeah, it's moving.
Yeah, it's a little.
It's got a groove to it.
A little groove to it. Okay, who is the better music artist, Dolly Parton or Loretta Lynn?
I would have to say Loretta Lynn, simply because Loretta Lynn has always stood on her own 2 feet. Dolly was a part of a duo. Her and I forgot. I think his name was Tex something.
No, it was Porter Wagner.
Porter Wagner, yes, Silver Hat Devil.
Yep. People voted for Dolly Parton.
Is that right? I think Loretta Lynn was, as far as females, Loretta Lynn was up there with Patsy Cline, I think.
Well, she's
and they were great friends.
Yeah, I know.
But Loretta Lynn could sing you under the table. That's when I got my shock.
Okay.
I introduced her.
Yeah, I remember. All right, now, who is the better music artist, Lynyrd Skynyrd or the Eagles?
Oh, one is Southern rock,
right,
and the other one is California rock. I'm going to say, the people probably going to say Lynyrd Skynyrd.
No, it was the Eagles. Yeah, I love the Eagles.
You suck.
Lynyrd Skynyrd was kind of a little bit of, ain't they Sweet Home Alabama?
Yeah, that's why I say one is Southern rock. Southern rock is kind.
I heard that they were kind of. Well, no, you know who sang backup on that song? On Lynyrd Skynyrd's Sweet Home Alabama?
Who?
Darlene Love.
Okay. I'm from Alabama, so Lynyrd Skynyrd.
I know. They were kind of racist, wasn't they?
No, I wouldn't call them that. They were just Southern.
Yeah, okay.
You know, Hillbilly and Jack Daniel
will make you kind of racist. That's a combination.
Now, here's the thing. I met them while I was doing country.
Okay.
They used to get lit before they got on stage. I'm talking Jack Daniels, John, what's the other, Jack Daniels' cousin?
Johnny Walker?
No, that's their first cousin on their mama's side. Okay. But Jack Daniels, Jim Beam, they would, but after the crash, it's two versions. I remember. Yeah. After the crash is when, I didn't know Ronnie Van Zant, the first, but I met them later down in the years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so who is the best music artist? You should know this. George Strait or Hank Williams?
I'm going to say, this might sound funny, I only knew of Hank Williams songs, but I'm going to say George Strait.
Nope, they voted for Hank Williams. That's because 7 to 30.
He's legendary, though.
Who, Hank? Yeah, that's what I figured.
He's kind of like the guy that took country gospel and fused it with hillbilly gospel, so to speak. Mm-hmm. I mean, he could sing, and he had a great stage presence, but the man was like the king of
well, he kind of kicked country. It off for him.
No, the very first country singer is a man out of Meridian, Mississippi, Jimmy Rogers.
Oh yeah,
They call him the singing brakeman because he used to work on the railroad. Right. He was supposedly the father of country music.
Although in the Country Music Hall of Fame,
he's in there.
They have two black men who they initially said kicked off the whole country music genre.
Yeah. And that was before it became popular. Right. Yeah.
Okay, who's the better music artist, Garth Brooks or Reba McEntire?
As far as say that question.
Garth
again.
Brooks. Who's the better music artist? Garth Brooks, Reba McEntire.
Garth Brooks is a bigger entertainer.
Yeah, he's a better showman.
Yeah, but Reba McEntire would be the bigger
singer.
Yeah.
Nope, they voted for Garth Brooks.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Well, that's almost like the old and the new.
Right. Oh, well, she's not that old.
No, but what I'm saying, she's more of a traditional country singer.
And Garth is like, because he's gone off into rock at some point.
Well, no, Garth, when you can garner 100,000 people at one show.
Yeah. He's a good entertainer.
Who
is the better music artist? Willie Nelson or Patsy Cline? Now that...
Okay, here's the thing. I don't know why we talking country.
It changes.
Most of the hits that Patsy Cline sang were written and produced by Willie Nelson.
Okay.
But due to the fact that Patsy
died,
that
Willie cut off her catalog.
It cut off her, but it kept Willie going because Willie was a famous songwriter before he became an artist of his own.
And a marijuana entrepreneur.
I ain't mad at Willie.
Well, then why you dog my friend out loud? Okay, now here's country folk kind of combination. Who's the better music artist? Bob Dylan or Simon and Garfunkel? I know.
Simon and Garfunkel were unique. Bob Dylan was just sleepy. Hey, here.
I can't stand his voice. I can't stand it.
That's why Sam Cooke said a black man should have wrote that song, he said, about blowing in the wind. But Bob, hell of a penman. He could write anything. I would probably say Simon and Garfunkel.
You're right. It was 47 to 53.
I'm on fire, baby.
You're on fire.
Too much time on my hands.
That's the end of this week's podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe